Come on, man.
What is good, YouTube? What is good? Welcome in to once again another show, LastWord Productions. Man, we got my boys here once again, and we back for another episode. Before we get into the topics, man, hey, listen, if y'all not doing so already, go ahead, hit like, subscribe on the channel, man. I'm on all platforms, whether it's Facebook, YouTube, where we're live currently right now, TikTok, Instagram. I'm everywhere, man. Just search the handle LastWord Productions. But without further ado, as always, gotta introduce my bros, man. So, Breeze, how you feeling tonight, bro?
Yo, what's good, y'all, man? I'm feeling good. What's good with y'all, man?
All right. Gino, how you feeling, bro?
I'm feeling great, man.
It's good. It's good to hear. How about you, Mike? Welcome in.
Oh, we're decent, bro. I'm decent. Let's get it.
All right. So, first thing I want to discuss tonight's game. Big game tonight. Both teams 11-3. This could potentially decide the division. And not only the division, but the number one seed in the NFC between the Seahawks and the Rams right now. Both teams are missing key players. Devontae Adams is out for for the Rams. And the Seahawks are down their starting left tackle. So it seems to be a game of significance. But as we all know, injuries happen in this game of football we love to watch. So it got to be next man up sometimes. So we're going to see who can prevail and who can get the edge. But with all that being said, man, right now the Seahawks did go on to capitalize off of a fourth down stop. So they're currently up 7-0 right now. And it's looking pretty good in their favor right now. So we're going to see if that continues, though. But with all that being said, though, let's get off into something I want to discuss. And we got to speak on Tua Tagovailoa getting benched. In recent news, there has been reports saying he isn't even the second string quarterback. It is Zach Wilson. So he's going to be pretty much sidelined the entire season, barring any drastic or real catastrophic injuries to both quarterbacks, Zach Wilson and Quinn Ewers. And Quinn Ewers is reported to be the starter. So with all that being said, Breeze, I'm going to start with you, bro. What are your thoughts about the news of Tua being benched, and do you believe he has played his last down as a Miami Dolphin?
Before I answer that, how much longer he got on his contract?
He just signed an extension. It's about 4 years. It's 4 more years. And in fact, let me give you the contract details. If he's cut prior to June 1st, it's a $99 million cap hit. But if he's cut after June 1st or traded, it will be, I believe, 67. I read it was 64, 67. It was one of them.
Well, no, I don't believe he played his last down because right now the future is unknown at quarterback for the Dolphins. For what it's worth, Tua can probably just be a serviceable backup for you guys while you guys go look. He can be a backup or a bridge. I don't think Quinn Ewers is the answer. I'm not saying Quinn Ewers can't play in the NFL, but from what I've seen, in his short stint of playing, and what I've seen from him in college, I don't think he's the answer for what the Dolphins are looking for. Tua isn't the answer either, but Tua happens to be a guy with a good spirit, a good attitude. I wouldn't necessarily say that players dislike him. They may think he sucks, but I don't think players dislike him. I do think he can impart knowledge on, the later draft picks that you guys make. I think you guys are definitely going quarterback shopping. So I don't think he played his last down as a Dolphins quarterback. Just because of the significance of the contract. Like you said, if he gets traded after June 1st, which I don't think anybody's trading for him, but if he gets cut after June 1st, you said it's $67 million, right?
Yeah.
Now 67 million. If you can break that up over 4 years, that's about
That's a reserve. It's a little over.
like 13 million a
It'll
year,
be a
right?
little for 4 years. It'll be about a little over almost 16 million a year.
It'd be 16.5.
Yeah, I'm
So
about to say it'll be a little over six. Like I said, it'll be a little over 16.
so 16.5. Do you think the cap hit is worth it?
Yes, let me finish the take. But yeah,
I mean, I would keep him as a bridge, bro. Honestly, because you're gonna lose either way, but I would keep him as a bridge. His biggest flaw is the concussions. I don't think he can teach a new quarterback how to get concussions, but he could teach a quarterback how to, like, probably function in McDaniel's system, even though he doesn't have the arm to do it. I think
mm.
a system is tailor made for him, so maybe he can impart that knowledge on a new quarterback. But I don't say cut him. I say keep him as a bridge. Honestly,
What's going on, T-Rex? All right, what you got, Gino? What you think?
When you tell me the financials, man, I just feel like you almost had to keep them. Now, if financials weren't in play, I kind of disagree with Breezo. I don't. Whenever I had to bench a quarterback, I prefer because I don't know how you're going to react. I don't know if you're going to actually work with young guys, be adversarial with young guys, and maybe that's something only Miami could know. Me personally, when it comes to head coaches and when it comes to quarterbacks, I don't really believe in demoting. I really believe in just moving on. Problem is, there's so much money it sounds like invested. It almost sounds like Miami has to kind of say to themselves, do we just want to be the Saints? Do we want to be in a position where we take all this cap hit, take all or what however much it's gonna be, let it go and basically put culture and trying to build a culture over finance and what we had to deal with. From my perspective, when I've seen Tua give interviews and talks and things of that nature, I don't really look at that dude like a leader or anything. If he was for the Lions, I really would want him out the door kind of immediately to just start over. So just from my perspective, if you can come and you can tell me a way cap wise it can work, I would prefer to just move on and start over. Because me personally, unless I can get a guarantee that he can just let it go and allow someone else to be that first quarterback. I personally don't like to let quarterbacks just hang around who I've demoted. That's just my philosophy and how I feel. I would just rather move on, find a veteran who is already accepting to be a veteran, bring him in, no expectation. He's not looking around saying this used to be mine, anything like that. He can let
Mm.
it go, move on before. But then again, in reality, it sounds like y'all have a cap situation that y'all have to even consider as far as just being honest.
hey, honestly,
Okay.
Tua did say it don't matter if he throw 5 picks or 10 picks, he happy. So fuck it, he don't care.
No,
He
he
got paid.
look. That's hey, listen. I mean, it sounds good, but go ahead, Mike. Before I say what I gotta say, go ahead, Mike.
So to me, it's simple. Fuck the cap hit. Denver already shows that the cap hit don't mean shit. Take
Exactly.
fuck the cap hit. Build your future out. Do what you got to do. Get Tyreek ass up out of there if you can. Strip. Just throw the whole thing away. Throw the shit in the trash. Start over for real. Get as many picks for as many players as you can and start that shit over. Now, unfortunately, Mike McDaniel won enough games in a row where he might have saved his job. That's to be determined. Obviously, we don't know. I know you want him gone too. Honestly, at this point, he still should go. I really wouldn't give a fuck how many. If they went out, even after that loss, they won out the rest of the year. He need to be gone. It's over with. The experiment failed. It is what it is. You just got to cut your losses.
Mm.
But based on what Gino was saying, I agree as far as like he's definitely not a leader. Like he's been pretty much showing mental weakness all year. From the time, honestly, since the end of last year when Tyreek made that comment he made about wanting to get up out of there and all of that. And he started the offseason this year, coming into the year talking about how, well, he knows he's got to make up with those guys in the locker room and all that kind of like he started putting himself kind of in this position that he didn't even deserve to be in. His play consistently hasn't dictated that he should be the voice of the team in that regard. And sometimes we all know this playing team sports. I'm sure all of us have played team sports at some level. Your best player isn't always the leader of your team, whether it's football, basketball, whatever the case is. Prime example, you can go basketball. Udonis Haslam was the leader of the Miami Heat for a long time. Brett didn't play the last like 3, 4 years of his career. But everybody that came into that organization, into that team, knew that was the OG. You had to respect him. His word was law, and whatever he said went period, point blank. It didn't matter if he was more talented or not. And in his case, all he's done all year long is point the finger at everybody else, then backtrack, then point it again, then backtrack. And it's just like at this point, I personally wouldn't want to play for a dude like that. And if I'm his teammates, honestly, I'm looking at you like, bro, your ass don't even be on the field half the time. Like, we've literally seen you die, bro. Not even funny, not trying to be cynical or none of that. We've literally seen you damn near die on more than one occasion. And then you come back, cool, you healthy, thank God you're able to walk and function and play. But then you coming back, and all you doing is finger pointing and blaming everybody else. You snitching, you telling, oh, if guys show up to meetings, maybe we'll, and all that, like just all this like little high school kid shit, to be quite honest with you. And they should have benched his ass a long time ago. His play indicated he needed to be benched. Dude had threw 3 picks like 2 or 3 games in a row. You could clearly see he didn't give a fuck no more. And so as a result, if I'm paying you all this money, you don't give no fuck. Let me show you I also don't give a fuck and sit you the hell down and let somebody else do. Because the other 2 backups, I mean, obviously Zach Wilson didn't pan out as a number 2 overall pick. I guarantee you he gives a fuck about playing ball. Quinn Ewers, damn near didn't make it to the league. I promise you he cares about playing ball. And even if they're not as talented, it's not like Tua is a super talented passer or player either. He was solid. He was accurate. He's a very accurate passer, and that's how he made his money, being accurate. But he can't throw downfield. He can't push the ball more than 10, 15 yards downfield unless it's Tyreek. And even then, half the time when he was throwing bombs to Tyreek, you got Tyreek having to slow down and catch the ball and then keep running. So it's like you're not losing anything by sitting him down. What you can gain, though, is your locker room back. Because I'm pretty sure some of those players feel like, why is this motherfucker even, why are we still playing with this dude? He clearly told y'all he don't fuck about us. Why we still got to listen to this dude talk every week? So I say get bro up out of there. Quinn Ewers ain't, he ain't the best, but he damn sure can't be no worse than what they already got. So.
All right. So let me say this. First of all, I disagree strongly with everything Bree said and what a part of what Gino said. And that's not me saying it to be, malicious or to say, I'm trying to start. So it's me saying that because I believe the cap situation means absolutely nothing. We've seen teams get into cap hell and they find ways around the cap hell every single season. Gino brought up the Saints, which is true. They was negative 180 million at one point. And that's, they went into the next season, full draft pick, signed all of them under contract. Then you got the Broncos of recent memory with the Russell Wilson situation. They felt like Russell Wilson wasn't the guy. Cut him. They had to eat $85 million of dead money. Still made it work. You went and got Bo Nix. You drafted a young guy. You built a team around him. Now you're what? The Broncos are what, 11-3 if I'm not mistaken. Won 8 straight games at this point. Listen, man, I don't care anything about any of that shit. Even if it wasn't a situation to where you can work around that. You have a guy who simply just put is not good enough to win in this league with you. That's just what it is. You're in the AFC. I know this year is not what it's been in recent memory, but you have a guy at quarterback who you have to go up against any given Sunday when it comes to postseason football. He's going to have to go through either Mahomes, Lamar, or Josh Allen. It's not happening. It's just not. I mean, you're going to have to ask him to go out there and outplay some of the best quarterbacks this game has ever seen, period, from a talent perspective. And now you're asking him to not only do that, but you're also asking him to do something he's never done in his career, and that is literally maintain his health and play through an entire season and postseason. He's never done it in his career. It's never happened. He's never done it at the collegiate level. He's never even done it at the high school level. So for them to believe that in any way, shape, or form, by any metric, that he's going to now magically become the pinnacle of health and become someone that's just this phenom at the position that can eventually elevate this team to another level like they thought they were getting originally when they drafted him 5th overall. It's just not happening. It's 6. This is year 6, I believe, if maybe year 7. He hasn't won a playoff game. He hasn't played well in the playoffs. He played 1 playoff game, and he hasn't won the division. He hasn't even competed for this division. Like, if we're being honest, like the division, he had the division crown, the Dolphins, 1 year, and in a matter of, I believe, 4 games, they lost it. It's over, bro. Like, at some point, you got to admit when it's just not working. And right now, it's just not working. You got to blow it up. They started good with firing Chris Greer. Now you got to move off of the quarterback. Now you got to move off the head coach. Because all of these entities in place, these pieces you put in place, they all intertwine with one another. Chris Greer was a Tua guy. Chris Greer was a Mike McDaniel guy. You can't leave these products in place when you quite literally didn't even keep the head master in place. The head of the snake is the what keeps the body going. You cut the head off, everything else should die along with it. So just go ahead and let it all go. So, in my personal opinion, I don't give a damn if they can't figure the cap situation out. It'll work itself out eventually throughout the years. You are already in a bad situation. It's not going to matter if you don't have cap spacing, because no one is coming to try to play for Miami right now. It's a shit show. No one cares if you are negative 70, 80 over the cap. It's okay. Figure it out in the next year or two. Draft you some young talent, whatever. Give Quinn Ewers a year to prove you whatever you think he could prove to you. I don't care at this point. Just make it work. Like have some kind of vision. That's not what this is right now, because it's just not going to work. You tried it for the past 4 years under this regime. It's not working. It's not going to. And at some point, they have to realize that.
Yeah, and I'm gonna say that. I guess from my perspective, I'm gonna say first, I don't know I don't really know the ins and out of cap and how much difference it make between penalty, no penalty. That that's something for a capologist to kind of work out. But let's just say if it was the Lions, if you come to me, I don't like Jared Goff, and we say, Gino, we're about to do a rebuild, and if you told me there's a situation where Goff is not going to play, and we can accelerate what we need to build by keeping him kind of in a Deshaun Watson, sit over there, hover, non-existent state, and it can accelerate the process. I want my best chance. Now, my best chance is just cut him, go, take 80 million loss and all that, cool. But if you come to me and say, well, we can stave off and still have our best opportunity, that's what I'm looking at. That's why I say from a cap perspective, I don't know the cap enough to know what type of decision is there. But for me, whenever I had to do a rebuild, damn, they want to do a rebuild with Golf, but that's a whole other conversation. But if we were to do it, what are my best options? And if you tell me my best option is to cut this dude, he's not gonna sit off in the corner like they do in baseball or like Deshaun Watson and things like that. Or if you tell me it makes no difference if he's here or there, but if you tell me keeping him around, we do get 20 to 30 million. For me, that would matter from the perspective of a Lion, because the only thing that's going through my mind is, okay, that's an opportunity to at least get some offensive linemen in for the next quarterback that I'm getting, the next group of people I'm getting. Is where again, I understand what Denver did. I understand, there's a contrast between New Orleans. There's issues with Minnesota when they kind of just said bump the cap. But from my perspective, if it was just me, even when we had Stafford, whatever makes the most sense. If you tell me we can have our cake and eat it too, my cake and eat it too. If I can't have my cake and eat it too, then just give me my cake. So I guess for me, if I knew more about the cap, I could definitively say keep them or drop them. But since I don't and don't know the ins and outs of what could make a difference, I will. And again, you would know more about what Miami could do upstairs than me, Tavares. Whoever is the capologist, you need to just give me my best options. If my best options is cutting ties, never dealing with him again, and we can get this thing rolling, cool. If there's a path as to where he'd just sit his ass there and we save 30 to 40 million to get this thing rocking, cool. Somebody in that building better just give me my best options. And if my best options is just send them home, then just send them home. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how I look at it.
But the thing is, after this, I'm gonna move on. The thing is, the best option for sure is just moving on completely, because of the simple fact of what Mike alluded to earlier. There's been multiple interviews and multiple statements that have come out in the media, in public, that just simply shows that Tua is not the leader of this team, and nor does I believe the men in the locker room that play alongside of him believe he is a leader. And the reason I said that is because he's coming out and he's saying these things, and not only just about players missing only player teams meetings, not showing up on time, whatever the case may be, but you also see the interactions on the sidelines. You see the guy after the games or during the games. There's no one coming up to him trying to look for him for encouragement, fire him up or anything. Like how you'll turn to a Ravens game or you'll turn to a Bills game. They're looking and taking inspiration from Josh Allen, from Lamar, from Joe Burrow, Mahomes. Like you see them galvanizing their players. You don't see any of that from Tua.
Yeah,
You don't see any of that from the supposed highest played, quote unquote, most important player on your team.
mm-hmm.
And to me, that's an issue. And then that's to finish off my point.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to the whole situation about him being essentially just thrown in a corner and like just him accepting that, I don't think that's something he will do either. And the reason being is because even though he said what he said about him throwing 5 picks or 5 touchdowns, whatever, he's come out and said himself like he's not here to coach anybody to take his job. He's been said that. So he already has let it be known his mentality isn't to help someone else win a job. He's here to compete and play. And that's fair. That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
But, that's just not what he is at this point to me for this team. And so I think the best thing is to move on.
Yeah, not to drag it out, Tavares. I'm just saying, if I'm a GM and I get there and I can convince him to essentially be a ghost and out the building and not even around, and if a capologist could tell me like this saves this and I can convince that dude to leave, I'm just saying whoever is next, just explore whatever options you have. If you don't have any options with that dude, then it is what it is. You just burn that bridge, eat that money. But if you are a good negotiator as a GM where you can talk that dude, smooth talk him and just get the hell out the way and save your money, if a capologist tell you, I'm just saying whatever you do, I just feel like, man, do your due diligence and have your best options on the table. That's
if I'm not mistaken, they did that to John Wall in Houston. They're like, just go home.
They did. But the thing is, they still cut him. Like they didn't cut him, but they bought him out. They just did it. They did it in a slower buyout process because they did it monthly.
And he actually wasn't a problem. He could still hoop. He wasn't causing no waves. He wasn't making no noise. He wasn't tripping about coming off the bench. He just wanted to hoop, and they still sent his ass home.
But
he knew it was over, bro. You tell your
cool is going to be crazy.
You know it's over.
Hey, the man was back healthy. They doctors cleared him to come back.
When?
So he was trying to hoop.
Bro, the nigga tore his Achilles going down the stairs, bro.
I understand that. The man came back healthy and was able to play, and he wanted to play. He was willing to come off the bench. He didn't care where he just wanted to hoop.
Shout out John Wall. John got that bag, man. Shout out John Wall.
I mean, NBA money is guaranteed anyway, regardless. So that's not it. That was never a question.
I was saying John was just throwing up bees, man. Just happy to get paid.
John was
for sure. But let's move off into the next topic I want to discuss, man. This is a topic that's been rearing around lately about Joe Burrow and him coming out and saying, like, in order for him to keep playing this game, he has to have fun. And right now he's not having fun. So there are a lot of speculations going around that we could see another Andrew Luck situation. My bad, Breeze, but another Andrew Luck situation of a young, talented quarterback retiring earlier than expected because he is tired of dealing with the rehab, the injuries, whatever. My question is to y'all, man, how realistic do y'all think it is that Joe Burrow actually does retire? And if y'all don't think he retires, what do y'all think he could potentially, go if it's not with the Bengals? I'm going to go with you first, Gino. What you got, bro?
I think right now, again, I don't want to speak for Burrow. I feel like it's a little bit of bluff to get away from Cincinnati, which is 100% understandable. Like if I was in Burrow's situation, feeling as if the offensive line is the reason I'm hurt, y'all not fixing the offensive line. The only thing I really have is Trey Hendricks and 2 receivers. I know they got a couple other pieces here and there, but I don't really have anything.
Yeah, DJ Turner could play, man.
Yeah, DJ Turner. You know, if I was Burrow, man, I would really be just like, hey, look, man, I would almost try to bluff them out. The problem is the Bengals, and the Bengals really don't care about bluffs, and that becomes another thing. But I just feel as if I look back to Calvin Johnson because I always say 2015 in Detroit, there was a trade on the table to send Calvin to go play with Carolina and Cam. It's where if Calvin gets to Carolina to play with Cam Newton and what they got
Man,
going, that's another 2 to 3 years, 4 years that he would endure. Whereas when you with Detroit, you losing. You with
that would have been
Cincinnati,
special,
you
boy.
losing. You know what I'm saying? Have been special, and that makes you want to play longer. Not to say that's what happened with y'all in Indiana, Breezo with Andrew Luck, but I'm saying with an organization like Detroit, Cincinnati, Cleveland, it does become a situation where you kind of like, look, man, what am I even playing for? I'm hurt. I got enough money, and I might not want to retire this year, but if I can't get out 2 to 3 years down the line, yeah, I want to go. Or if I don't want to retire, if I'm bluffing you that I want to retire when my contract is up, I just go where I want to go. I just look around the landscape, 2 to 3. I don't know how long his contract is. Y'all can kind of update me on that. But whenever his contract runs out, all he has to do is just look around the landscape. What team needs a quarterback, and just show up and be there. Like I feel like that's how he would just really look at it, man. From my perspective.
Right. But what's going on, bro?
What's that, man? What y'all niggas talking about? What I come into?
So right now we
Boy,
talking
you
about the
made
Joe
it, my
Burrow
boy.
situation.
My dog.
Yes, sir, nigga. JT for president. This bitch. Yeah, I'm talking about. Yeah. What was y'all talking about? What I come into?
Right now, we talk about the Joe Burrow situation, about him hinting at a possible early retirement.
Joe Burrow to Indy?
See.
Yeah, no, we didn't sold the house for that bitch ass nigga Sauce. Oh, broke dick ass nigga. Send him a fucking bitch now.
Bring Joe to Indy. Bring Joe Burrow to Indy. Joe.
That man not going to Indy, man.
If anybody could do it, is Andrew Luck, my nigga. We need to link these niggas up and goddamn have these niggas start politicking and figure some shit out.
That shit ain't happening, man.
Joe Burrow.
Hey,
Check it
wishful
out.
thinking.
Check it out.
Yeah,
Sorry, what's going on in
I
Cincinnati?
feel you.
But look,
close to
come holla at Bordelini. Come holla at Big Q.
He could scream at what he want to scream.
We got Alec Pierce.
He got no cap room, no resources.
Tyler Warren.
Hey, man.
You gonna still have all that if you try to trade him? You giving up some of that.
The defense looking kind of spooky right now. It's kind of messed up. We got a Niner over there. He bought the injury bug, but look, check it out.
You had the Forrest Buckner for 5 years. You got to stop using that bullshit as excuse, bro.
Hey, man.
Hey, we made it to the Super Bowl in 2009 with no defense. All right. All we gotta do is bring in Joe Burrow, and we'll trade the whole defense, my nigga.
Listen. We getting off topic, man. So what we thinking of Joe Burrow, man?
Hey, but Joe Burrow is definitely time for a fresh start, bro. One thing about Cincinnati, bro, Cincinnati isn't a bad place to be, but if you're not happy with your profession there, and Cincinnati gets really cold, and the weather, bro, it's just him just not being happy in general, being in the cold weather city, bro, it's not gonna make any better for him, bro. The injuries, bro, injuries come with part of the game, but when you spend more time rehabbing and trying to get back to what you were instead of actually performing at what you can be, bro, it weighs on you. And I'm not saying Joe Burrow has stuff going on at home or he has family problems or something, bro, but it does get tiring, bro, when you dedicate your life to something and it's knocking you down. Like, it's literally just knocking him into the dirt at this point because he can't catch a break, bro. If it's not turf toe, it's a shoulder injury, it's a head injury, it's a hip. I think didn't he tear ACL like his first year in the league?
Yeah, he did.
He's had his whole first year.
Like, bro, come on, man. Like, and he loves the game of football. He dedicated his life to it. But it's like when you're in a bad relationship, bro. If you love something that much and it's just doing that much harm to you, like the money is one thing. He's gonna make money regardless. But you have to have love for the game, bro. Money is just money. You have to have love for the game to actually go out there and get truck sticked and hit by 300-pound linemen and linebackers and stuff. Like, you have to have passion for the game, bro. And when that passion for the game is running out, the money is not going to compensate for it. So I think Joe does need a fresh start. I would say one thing though, he is partially to blame for their mistakes because didn't he vouch for T. Higgins to get paid?
Yeah.
Didn't he vouch for what's this guy's name on the defense?
Trey
Trey
Henderson.
Henderson.
Yeah,
Trey
Hendrickson. Didn't he
Henderson.
vouch for Henderson to get paid?
I mean, that's true,
But
but
bro, it's only so much money that can go around, bro. But you gotta look at it from both sides. I understand Joe Burrow want to win, but if you out there, you making 50 million as a quarterback, bro, your team is gonna lack somewhere. The only reason that the Patriots were successful, how they were, because Tom Brady was taking less than market value, bro. So they can put pieces around them.
man, they better pull a Philly move and start drafting better.
I about to say that's the
You
real
feel me?
problem.
Like,
they can't
cause,
draft. Like
cause
we
real
can sit
rap,
here and say that he egged on paying Higgins. He egged on wanting Trey to come back.
y'all
But at the end of
dicked
the day,
over
they can't
Shamar and then
they
still
can't
paid
draft,
Trey.
bro. They can't draft.
Y'all
They've
took
missed out on a lot of draft picks, bro. And the draft picks they have made to this point, Shamar Stewart. We were talking about Shamar Stewart. Whether you want to talk about the two guards they drafted, the tackle they just drafted the year before, like ain't none of them good. Like he can't draft for them. Like they gotta what the Bengals problem is they have to realize that they need someone in the front office that's actually a football guy. A
that
lot
part.
of these dudes around the league be businessmen, man. They don't understand the X's and O's for it. They're not breaking down the film and watching guys' hands placement, technique, footwork, whatever. They doing what they see the media and the fans see, and they're going based off of just size and maybe a 40 time in bench press. That's it.
It's gotten
They're
worse
not
since this
turning these dudes
analytics
on.
shit has started becoming a thing.
That's true.
But
I get
with
that.
the whole Joe Burrow situation, for me, man, I don't think Joe hanging it up. I just think I agree with General. I think he is bluffing to kind of force the Bengals' hand to make a move. It's either y'all do something to improve the situation or y'all trade me. Y'all let me go. Because I think Joe Burrow is the type that wants to compete. He's not just going out there to every Sunday to not compete for a championship. I think he wants to be in that glory. So with that being said, I think he's willing to do what it takes to get him to that point. And if that means him going to another team, I think that could potentially happen. But what you got though, Mike? What you think?
He is responsible to a degree because he advocated for those gentlemen to get paid. But I would say the flip side of him being responsible for that is the bank will stop waiting to the last fucking minute to pay everybody, and it wouldn't have been the issue either. Jamar Chase should have been paid 2 years earlier. T. Higgins should have been paid a year earlier. Trey Hendrickson should have been done earlier. They wait to the last minute, dragged it out, and really didn't pay him. You just gave him more guaranteed money this year. So Hendrickson's out the door. You're finna lose him for nothing after this year. You got two receivers making $30, $40 million. One of them is hurt, so he's not even on the field. You got Joe getting cracked upside his head. And they don't have an actual GM. That's their biggest problem. To go to your point about them having football guys in the front office, they have a guy that makes the decisions in the GM vein, but that is not his official title. He's not the actual GM. They can't draft. You drafted Shamar Stewart. Where, truth be told, you could have drafted an offensive lineman. All the offensive linemen that went in the first round this year, really talented guys, all producing, all playing, they're starting for their teams right now, whether that be interior or the tackle spot. There's so many other plays. You could have went corner, could have went linebacker, but you went and took a guy, and then even with him, like we talk shit about him because he ain't produced nothing. But realistically speaking, you look at how long it took him to even get his money. Dude wasn't playing ball. He wasn't in camp. He wasn't in shape. He wasn't doing nothing. Not that it's an excuse. You got to still be able to produce. But even the dude you draft in the first round, you don't want to pay. Even though he's already slotted to make a certain amount of money. You want to put funny ass language in his contract and do weird shit. So at the end of the day, it starts from the top. Mike Brown is a cheap fucking joke at this point.
Yeah.
The NFL is printing money with their eyes closed and their hands tied behind their fucking back. It's literally impossible. It's damn near literally impossible as an owner of a team to lose money in the NFL unless you are just completely fucking stupid. They got a check not too long ago for another $240 million or some shit like that. What did he do with the money? Where he allocate the funds? Nowhere. He was still being tight-pocketed, tight-lipped with the money. Didn't want to pay motherfuckers. And realistically speaking, I think for Joe too. Like I don't know if y'all watched that show, Quarterback on Netflix, where like they filmed him during last season or whatever. Bro, house got broken into. all kind of shit. The jewelry got stolen, all kind of shit. So now you playing for this city. You might not even really want to be able to begin with, and now your privacy and the sanctity of your home has been violated. So now you feel violated. You feel naked out here. You feel overly vulnerable on top of being somebody that's all over you, superstar quarterback in the NFL and a franchise player. You can't go nowhere without people knowing who you are. You're well known everywhere. So now I'm not safe. I'm not protected at home or on the football field, and I got to keep coming in here dealing with dumb shit. You just feel like at this point, man, I'm wasting my fucking time in my career here. It's the same shit they did with Carson Palmer, and it's gonna end the same way. And I know he loves Jamar Chase. That's his dog. He might not want to leave him, which is why I think he came back this week before they played and was like, hey, it's not about Cincinnati. It's about this, that, and the third. Because he don't want to leave Chase ass hanging like that. But at the same time, end of the day, bro, we had a good run. We did what we could, but these motherfuckers suck. And if I was you, I'd try to get the fuck up out of here too. And that's what I would tell Jamar. That's what I get on the phone and tell TS. We need to all fuck up out of here, bro. It was fun playing with y'all boys. We had a blast. We did what we could. We got to the bowl, but we can't do shit. We can't do everything, bro. That's it.
Right. I mean, yeah. I don't, it's only so much you can expect. Listen, it's unfortunate, man, because I look at the Joe Burrow situation like I look similar to the Andrew Luck situation. Because it's like you have a guy who's a football guy, who's a savant. You feel me? This is a guy who's dedicated his life, body, and soul to this game. Someone who wants to be the ultimate competitor, who wants to play in front of the brightest lights. A guy who you took first overall, just like how Andrew Luck was. And you see that if they just have a little around them that can potentially work, it can work. You can get to the dance. And it's just they just have not done all they could to potentially unlock the real championship superstar potential that these players have. And it kills, and that's another reason why I watch certain players and certain teams, and it's just like, man, like I said this about Harbaugh, I said this about McDermott. Like a lot of guys are being saved by great quarterback play, and it's time people start realizing that a lot of these coaches, teams are failing. Like they're floating above water and they're looking good now because they have great quarterback play. That's it. These teams are not going to be who we believe they are, what they've cemented themselves to be at this point without this quarterback play. And I think Joe Burrow is a prime example of that, man. I mean, if Joe Burrow leaves Cincinnati, this is a top 3 pick team for the next 2-3 years at minimum. So it's like, and that's if they don't hit on another quarterback. Because one thing about Cincinnati, they can draft quarterbacks. I will give them that. For whatever reason, they know how to do that. But other than that, man, I mean, this team is a joke. Like it's one of the 5 worst franchises in the league right now. If we're being honest. But
hey, bro, can we be real about one thing though? The only difference I say between the Luck and the Burrow situation, bro, a lot of damage that Luck got, bro, he did it on himself. Honestly,
true.
I hate to say it, bro, but he was kamikaze out there, man. He was trying to run over linebackers. He was trying to be Cam, and those jeans ain't built to be Cam, bro. Cam a country boy. Andrew Luck wasn't built to take all that. Pause. But go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
I mean, hey, man, but you're the most sacked quarterback 3 straight years, bro. I don't know. I don't know if I give you that one. But let's move on into the next topic, man. So right now, MVP race, man. Top 3 people leading the race. You got Stafford, we got Drake, man, we got Josh Allen. Who y'all think taking it?
Josh.
Stafford for me.
Saying
Okay.
Josh.
Man, that's tough.
I'm gonna say
just for the sake, who's 4th?
Who's 4th? I think it was Bo Nix, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, never mind. Never mind.
I think it was Bo Nix. I'm not fully sure.
Yeah, never mind.
Man, they might give
maybe.
Drake
I don't
May
know.
just because it's a
This
second
shit.
year for her.
Nah, they just blew a 21-point lead. His shit. So this is the thing with the MVP shit that I don't be understanding. Niggas be leading it, right? They have one bad game and then they drop, right?
Mm-hmm.
But this nigga Stafford throws 3 picks and shit against the Panthers and he stayed 1. Why?
I mean, it's the same thing with Josh Allen. Josh Allen.
Josh ain't won. He ain't been one all year. He's
Josh
3
ain't.
right now.
You said Josh what?
Josh ain't been one all year. It was Baker for a little bit.
No, I'm saying it's the same thing with Josh Allen. Like how Breeze just said he think he will win MVP. Despite the fact that Josh Allen had a terrible month of football, they still are saying he's a top 3 MVP candidate. I mean, it's not just about
That's
the
why I asked you
performance.
for it, because I'm like, ain't nobody really playing out their mind and shit for real. To where it's like clear cut.
Nah, if anyone is doing it, it's Stafford. I get it. You want to say you want to say the what game you just referenced? The
Panthers.
The Panthers game. The Panthers game was a terrible game by him. There's no doubt about it. It was horrible.
I just asked why he didn't switch, because every week it seemed like if the person that's winning a bad game, they dropped to like 4.
He's been the most consistent quarterback this year. That's the reason why.
All right, so what's his last month of football look like, including that game?
Destroying the Lions, 1.
Well, did he? I didn't watch the game.
Nah, he souffled the Lions.
Yeah, but y'all don't have no defensive players. Half y'all fucking roster on IR. So it's like,
bro, come on, bro. Don't move the goalposts, bro. You asked who was the last couple games. We told you, bro. Don't move the goalposts.
I just said it's not his fault either, but I can't blame the Lions for getting torched. They ain't got fucking body out there.
Well, yeah, Cardinals 3 touchdowns. No,
I'm about to say he torched the Cardinals too.
Yeah, I mean, who hasn't torched them?
But I ain't gonna lie.
Goddamn, Mike.
They suck, bro. They got 3 wins on the year, bro. Damn.
I'm just saying, you asked for the game.
I just said it's not his fault, bro. Damn, yeah. I'm supposed to ignore the team's ass, bro. Shit.
Yeah, I'm not saying ignore him, but I'm saying,
okay, so
damn, like,
be true. It's not his fault he's balling, and them teams is ass.
The Panthers not a bad team, though.
Hey, for what it's worth, I think
the Lions not a bad team.
Josh is 37 touchdowns, 10 picks, and Matthew Stafford is like 37 touchdowns, right?
Yeah.
They
both.
And I'm not gonna lie.
Passing for Josh?
Yes, rushing and passing. Yeah.
Okay. And the Rams are like team wise and coaching. I throw in coaching too. Shit, organizationally, they're way better than the Bills, bro.
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only reason I give Josh the edge, bro.
That doesn't mean he's been the better player.
I'm just saying, bro. But MVP is never been about the better player, bro.
That's literally what the MVP is.
No, it's not. MVP is most valuable to your team, bro.
No, that's what it means. What the MVP has been is who's been the better player. That's what it is. The MVP has quite literally been who's been the best quarterback in the league. That's literally what the MVP has been.
Otherwise, Josh wouldn't have won last year. That's not it.
Josh won because the NFL literally handed it to him. Everyone knew Lamar Jackson was the best, the MVP. Everyone knew that.
Undercuts your argument. You just said it goes to the best.
No, Josh, because I was just going to say, I was going to originally say this point, but we strayed away from it. But Josh Allen is one of the most protected players in the league, and the NFL quite literally handed him an MVP award because he's the poster child for the NFL at this point. He's on every commercial. He gets every excuse.
I guess. I understand Mahomes towards ACL last week, but.
Because I see
no. Listen,
I see Pat more than I see the sky.
Listen, you can sit here and say Patrick Mahomes cool. I'm talking about in terms of protected superstars or protected players.
Yes,
Josh Allen is protected more than any player in the league, bro.
More than Pat.
That's how I feel.
More than Pat.
Yes, because Mahomes has won shit, so people give him the benefit of the doubt.
Whether he's won or not, that doesn't change the statement.
No. But this is what I'm saying. In terms of protection, I'm saying like in terms of a player who is protected with any and everything that could potentially absolve them from any blame of why something did not work. That's not Patrick Mahomes.
When's the last time you heard a motherfucker say something bad about Pat, man?
Literally the last 3 years. We was on this podcast.
No,
saying
we
Mahomes
were.
has been bad.
What about the national media? The
national media been saying it too.
They ain't been saying shit. They've been blaming everybody else.
That is a lie.
He don't have a run game.
That's a lie.
He don't have an O-line to protect him. That's not, bro.
That's a lie. That's a lie. I literally just watched a segment on ESPN with not ESPN with Speak. What is it? What's Shady McCoy shit? Speak Easy.
Speak stuff. Yeah.
We're gonna use one segment.
I literally watch these niggas grill Patrick Mahomes. You just said the media. This the media,
right? That's
even
one.
though
if there's 6 media outlets talking about everybody else and not this nigga,
no one is saying Patrick
about
Mahomes has been amazing, gang. Who is saying Patrick Mahomes has been amazing?
We do this shit every time. We have the same argument every week. You pick and choose, and you change the fucking narrative. The nigga Patrick Mahomes does not get blamed for shit going on in goddamn Kansas City.
He get a lot of blame.
He got blamed by Shady McCoy in a segment on his specific show. Everything else is Travis Kelce's past his prime. Patrick Mahomes isn't protecting the O-line's ass. He doesn't have weapons. Then it was Rashee Rice was out. Then Xavier Worthy was hurt. Pacheco can't run the ball. It's all these other reasons why they were fucking losing games. Nobody was flat out just blaming this nigga and saying Patrick Mahomes is like, nobody was doing
that. Yeah, we
bro.
watching the game, bro. It's 6-7 right now.
You can't say that, bro. They go out of their way to make sure that if they do mention him, he's the last piece mentioned as to why they lose games.
I don't agree with that.
Everybody else first, and then maybe.
I don't agree with that. I seen Nick Wright get on his own pod, his own show, and blame Patrick Mahomes for why the Chiefs are taking a step back. And he's also a Chiefs fan. And I'm not saying he's not, but I've seen him on his own show. And he quite literally told you that Patrick Mahomes has not been good. He said that out his mouth.
If he would have said anything else, we would have looked at him like a damn fool. That's obvious.
But you're sitting here, you're saying niggas not blaming him, but niggas are saying he has not been good. That he has not played up to the level of expectations.
We're talking about the national media.
You want me to name every show that's ever been made?
We can go over the last 3 years. I just gave you a rundown of everything else.
Bro, we just said the man has not been good for 2-3 years. Who is saying Patrick Mahomes is not to be blamed for why the Chiefs are not doing what they're doing? But despite all of that, you can sit here and we can argue this shit till we blue in the face. Despite all of that shit, the last 2-3 years, the Chiefs have been in contention and in the Super Bowl competing for titles. Josh Allen has yet to even get to that point, but yet people tell me he's the clear-cut best quarterback in the league and that he's one game away from making the Super Bowl the last 3 years and all this other shit. I'm like, how are we saying that when it comes down to these games, bro? We seen him lose at home against the Bengals where he played poorly. We seen him lose on the road against the Chiefs multiple times, and we seen him also wet the bed early in his career against the Houston Texans when Deshaun Watson was still on some shit. I'm just saying, at some point, it can't just be the team around him is not good enough. Like how Breeze was sitting here just saying that the Rams situation is just so much absurdly better, as if we've never seen him with a top unit. He's had all of those things around him. He's had all pro corners. I mean, not all corners, teammates, a number 1 ranked defense, 2 straight years.
In the playoffs?
Bro, it's just in the playoffs, bro. We're talking about is the team good? We're saying is the team good?
Super Bowls, but you brought up the fact that he hasn't won a Super Bowl, right? But you also just said
what happened last year, Mike? What happened last year?
You said out your own mouth that Patrick Mahomes.
Okay, cool. What happened last year?
Right? So it's important to mention Josh is the better quarterback because he might be playing better. But you also just said Pat's been getting criticized the last 3 years, but he made it to Super Bowls, so that makes it better. You don't always make
it makes it better because he's still winning despite the fact that he's not playing his best.
He got the doors blown off his ass in the Super Bowl.
Does that matter? Right. He did. He played horrible. I'm not saying he did it, but he got to the dance, bro. So at the very least, you can say that.
So the best quarterback always makes it to the Super Bowl?
No, I'm not saying that.
Okay,
what I'm saying is
for people saying he's the best quarterback in the league because he hasn't won Super Bowls or made it to the Super Bowl like Patrick.
I'm not saying people should penalize him for that. What I'm saying is he has not earned benefit of the doubt. That's not the same thing.
Why? He hasn't been the reason they've been losing playoff games.
What benefit of the doubt has he earned?
He hasn't been the reason they've losing playoff games.
I'm not going to lie. We watched Josh Allen play games where the Bills put up 30 and the defense allowed 35. At some point, you got to say, damn, bro. You want the man to put up 60, bro? We watched the man put
up 60. Y'all literally don't do this for no other quarterback.
You do it all the time for quarterbacks you like,
bro. Yeah. So listen. So when it's Lamar, when it's Joe Burrow, when these dudes ain't playing up to the level or they're not getting it done where they're needed the most, y'all would sit here and tell me that they need to be better.
Because
No,
they're
that's what
the
I'm saying.
reason they're losing. Lamar's turning the ball over in the playoffs, nigga. That's a big difference.
Bro.
And bro,
Lamar's not
flag on
the
play,
Lamar's not the nigga dropping a 2-yard pass to tie the
Lamar is the
game.
nigga fumbling
Flag
the
on the
ball
play.
away and throwing
Flag on the
interceptions,
play.
bro. What are you talking about?
Statistically,
Okay,
bro, you can look it up. Josh
Okay.
Allen's
Turning
one
the
of the
bitch
best
over. Y'all
quarterbacks.
Fuck the
in the playoffs.
statistics. Fuck the statistics,
Look at
Breeze.
his
We watched the
statistics,
games.
Got
We
it.
watched the games.
Bro, look
Right.
at this.
We watched
What
Lamar
are we
turn that
talking
bitch
about?
over, and we watched
Bro.
Josh not turn it over.
Bro, look
Okay,
at his
so
statistics.
so it's only because he ain't turning the ball over. Okay,
Bro,
so
look at
again,
his
If I'm
statistics.
putting up
again,
points and
so
not giving the other
so
team
again,
points,
all time,
that's better.
again,
Josh
so
Allen is one of the
again.
best quarterbacks in the league, bro, of all time in the playoffs.
If
Look
he's
at-
that, why has he never
Wow.
been in a Super Bowl?
Because his
It's
defense
year
was ass in the
7.
playoffs and they give up
Bro,
35
if I'm
points a
giving
game.
you 30 and my
Oh
defense
my
gives
God,
up
bro.
35,
It's always an excuse, bro. It's always an
It's
excuse.
not
It's an
an
It's
excuse.
always an
It's not
excuse,
true.
bro.
It's not
It's an excuse. It's an
So can I ask
excuse.
you a
Yes,
question?
it is an excuse.
How many
It's an
playoff
excuse.
games have you watched Josh Allen play and you felt like he was
I
the reason they lost?
watched every Josh Allen
No, answer
playoff
the question, T. How many times have you watched the Bills game and felt in the playoffs and felt like he was the reason they lost the playoff game?
At least 3 games.
Out of how many?
How many he's played up to this point? 8, 9?
Because,
I mean,
bro,
I don't
I
know
ain't
how
gonna
many
lie
he's
to you. I'm gonna
played.
be real.
Okay.
I watched Patrick Mahomes walk down the Bills defense after Josh Allen gave him a lead.
With 13 seconds left.
When?
I watched
Last year?
13 seconds.
It was
13
he took
seconds.
the lead back, had 13 seconds left.
Bro, y'all,
That's his
bro,
fault, too?
listen, bro.
They literally changed
Gino,
the rules in the league
Gino,
because of that shit.
Gino,
T.
listen to me, Gino. They want to bring up a game that happened 4 years ago, and we're talking about today.
You can bring up-
I just asked
the
y'all about
playoffs.
last season.
No,
When
bro,
no, time out. Wait, time out.
He's
Time out. Time out. When it last season, Gino, correct me if I'm wrong, Gino. Maybe I remember wrong. Please.
Probably.
Did he not go on the field with less than 2 minutes left with the ball in his hand, and all Josh Allen needed was a first down to get in field goal range to take the lead? And could he do it? That's all I want to know.
You just
Am I misremembering that?
Last year.
Come on. You just
Am I
brought up how
misremembering
Lamar
that?
didn't drop a 2-yard pass, but then you're going to ignore the fact that Dalton.
Nigga, what? You talking like that's the same difficulty as pass? The nigga
It's a first down for
had
those
to
that keep
contort
the
his
job
body
around.
to
The
catch
same
it.
job you're talking about
What
right
the
now.
fuck? No,
Come on, you're not the same
Mike,
shit.
no. Mike, I'm not giving you that, Mike. No.
You don't have to give it to me. It's a fact.
No,
It's
it's
the
not a
same
fact.
shit you're
The
talking
nigga
about.
don't. First of all, we gonna ignore the fact that the nigga Josh Allen had 2 incomplete passes before that. That one he missed, and the nigga Dalton Kincaid literally had to come back for the fucking
went straight
ball.
through his hands, and he himself knows he dropped the ball, and he said it out his own mouth.
He
Man.
did drop the ball. I'm not denying that, but
Okay, then, nigga, so what are we talking about?
it's
How you gonna bring up the fact that Mark Andrews dropped the pass,
it's a
leave out
bad
the fact
drive
that
by
Dalton
the
dropped
quarterback
the
you're talking about. It's a bad series
Bro.
that they needed his best.
Okay.
The year before that. The year before that.
Lamar for the same shit. You just
I
said
did
that.
excuse. How am I excusing Lamar?
Literally
The same
just said out your
thing
own
when I
mouth.
just Lamar went down the
Come
field
on.
and let a
We brought
touchdown
up
drive,
the
Mike. That's the
turnovers, right?
difference.
We
What
brought
are we
up the turnovers.
talking about?
We brought up the turnovers, right? And you said Lamar
Oh
didn't
my
drop a
God.
2-yard
Yeah.
pass,
Okay, bro.
which is true.
Okay.
He didn't drop that pass. That's on Mark Andrews. That's not Lamar's fault. So then when I bring up the fact that Dalton Kincaid dropped the fucking pass that would have kept the fucking drive alive,
He literally
People
dropped
trying
a
to
pass
score.
that he had
How
to
was it
come
not
back
the same
5
thing?
yards for, bro. He
How
had
was
to
it
come
not
back
the
5
same-
yards for it and
I
dive
don't
for
care
it. You're
where he had
talking
to
like
come
it's the
back to.
same shit.
Ain't no receiver ever had to come back to the fucking ball.
Not every receiver has to contort their fucking body to catch a ball.
No,
That's
he
2
literally
inches
was
from the
facing the
ground.
ball just like this, and it went straight through his arms. When
And he
came
had a
back to it.
defender on him while trying to do it.
On
He
his
talking
back.
like he was wide
His
open.
arms is out like this.
Okay, exactly. You had to defend on. But okay, bro, we can move on, bro. We can move on. For whatever reason, y'all want to always absolve this white boy of all these
You're not
excuses, bro.
absolving him.
Yes, you
Nah,
are.
nah,
Y'all can
Green
have it,
Hill
bro.
Jr.
Y'all can have it.
Green
Y'all can have
Hill
it, bro.
Jr.
Y'all can have it, bro.
Nah,
Y'all can have it, bro.
it's a race.
Y'all can have it, bro.
Nah, it's
If
a
he
race.
was absolving Jordan
Nah,
Love, he
cause-
had no fucking problems. If he
Nah,
was making excuses for Jordan Love, he'd be all go for the shit.
listen. Jordan Love is what he is. I
No,
like
what
Jordan
is he?
Love, but I'm not saying Jordan
What is
Love.
he?
I'm not making excuses for Jordan Love. I think
Yes,
he's a
you do.
good
You make
quarterback.
excuses for the nigga
I
all
said he's
the
a
time.
good quarterback. He's a good quarterback. All I ever said was he was better than Derek
Oh,
Goff.
no,
That's
you
all I
blame
ever
Matt. You
told you.
blame
That's
Matt
all I ever
LaFleur.
told you.
You blame the receivers. You blamed
I said
everybody.
his
but that
receivers
nigga.
suck. They do suck. That's the
You
fuck.
blamed
Not
Matt
good.
LaFleur. You blamed everybody but this nigga. You do it for niggas you like. You make excuses for him all the time.
So all I said was the receivers not good. That's all
Well,
I
you
said.
said the coaching is bad. Matt LaFleur.
I said Matt LaFleur has not been
receivers
calling
aren't
plays
good.
well.
You
I
said
think Matt
Josh
LaFleur is a good
Jacobs
coach.
wasn't good. You blamed everybody but that nigga Jordan Love.
I said Jordan Love need to be better. That was literally the first thing I said.
Shit, what you said was he's heating up now. It's about that time of year.
I never said that shit. Oh my mama, I never said that shit. You fucking lying. Oh my mama, I never said that shit.
It was the same time we had this conversation about you lying and saying 15 niggas was better than
you did say that because we was joking about Toyota.
No, I did not.
We was joking about Toyota.
That nigga said that. He's joking about his Toyota shit.
And you was wrong.
I said Jordan Love has looked good all season. I just said he had to be better.
You said it's about that time he's heating up.
I literally never said that. Go back. I got the show. We can go back and look at it.
You lied and said 15 quarterbacks is better than Bo Nix, so apologize, nigga, because he's 14.
It is 15 better than man. I'm still taking him.
He's 14 right now, so that don't even make no sense.
Nigga, you talking about because of the last 3 games?
No, don't do that. No.
He's not top 15 now because of 3 games, Mike. All right, let's move. Hey, listen.
The number 1 seed in the AFC, sir. It's not just the last.
That's cool.
Don't do that.
That's fine. We're gonna see when playoffs start.
Straight games. It ain't just the last 3. Don't do that.
You right. He ain't played good on them 11 straight. Let's be serious. Let's just be so dead ass, bro. Okay, listen. Okay, look. I want to talk a little basketball, man. I want to talk a little basketball. So, let me ask y'all this, man, before I get into what I want to get into specifically. So, it's been a hypothetical going around, man. We got the 2025 Thunders versus 2017 Golden State. Who y'all think taking that, man? Give me your reason why. JT and Mobile, I'm going to start with you since you're new on the show. What you think?
Man, I'm gonna rock with the Warriors, bro. Yeah, being with you, I'm gonna rock with the Warriors. Man, I get the Thunder got defense, man, but it's just so much fucking just scoring on that Warriors team, man. I don't know. I don't know if niggas outside of SGA is gonna really be able to just match them niggas points for points. Like, you could. I don't know. It's gonna be tough. I don't know, but I'll give it to the Warriors.
Okay. What you got, Breeze? What you think?
I got Warriors at 5.
Damn.
And I'm and I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna tell you why. Number 1, the Warriors.
The Jackson Smith the Jib ain't got a catch. Oh my god.
55 yards for Sam Darnold.
I told Nick, I one fucking target on a 3rd and short. This motherfucker won't throw the ball all of a sudden.
We went from 4 scared of the rounds, bro. They got the game plan.
Idiot, bro.
All right, so look, the reason I say that is because at that time, the Warriors had a rotation of players that they can throw at, elite scorers. Like, they will start with Klay Thompson. Draymond Green will come over. Leandro Barbosa at times. If you try to ice him on the wings, you had bigs that were lengthy, like arm-wise, like JaVale McGee and stuff like that can actually disrupt passing lanes. So it wasn't just a free-for-all. The only thing that would be a problem is how is the Thunder gonna how are they gonna combat rebounding? Because the Thunder were terrible at rebounding. Chet Holmgren is gonna have to kill the boards. Isaiah Hartenstein is gonna have to kill the boards. But at the end of the day, I think that Warriors team with Steph Curry at his peak, Klay Thompson was who he was, ultimate 3-and-D wing. Kevin Durant is Kevin Durant. Draymond Green was somewhat decent offensively back then. He can give you 10, 11 a night, along with all his other rebound, assists, and defensive prowess and everything. And then you get to the bench, and you feel me? The bench had the ability to match and pick up with a bunch of people's starters. So around that time, when the Warriors was Steph Curry not playing in 4th quarter, starters not playing in 4th quarters, they bench was doing what OKC bench is doing right now. The only difference is Steph didn't have to go out there and literally, put up 30 to extend the lead like the way SGA does. Steph can go put up 22, 24 because he had a running mate in Kevin Durant that'll give him 30. He had Thompson that'll give him 20. Draymond Green to give you 11. The whole starting lineup, I think they was accounting for almost like maybe 105, 110 points a game. And the bench was just going doing cleanup crew. So from what I see from OKC bench, I don't think they can match up with the 2017 Warriors, honestly. So I got Warriors in 5.
Okay. What you got, Gino?
I don't even think this is close. I know a lot of time when we talk about NBA basketball, they always say like the old heads are stuck in the past and things of that nature. I think sometimes there's also recency bias for this conversation to even be had, because I just look at it, I'm like, in my opinion, SGA comes in as the third best player in the series for me. I don't think he's better than that Curry. I don't think he's better than that Kevin Durant. And I think that number one becomes a problem for OKC because now I'm in a situation where even if I give you SGA is the second best, he's not going to have enough to offset what KD had. KD puts up. He's not going to have enough to offset what Curry's going to put up. I don't even have to get to the bench. I just feel like the best players for the best players for Golden State are so seasoned to the point this isn't close unless one of them gets hurt. And then it becomes like a Toronto Golden State type of series. And whenever I had to say somebody got to get hurt for you to win, I don't even think you have a chance to win. I'm just giving you a miracle. So that's just how I look at it.
Mm-hmm. All right, so what you got, Mike?
Due to the depth, I'll go Warriors in 6.
Oh, this nigga fumble. What the fuck?
I think Shea can go off. Shea and J Dub prove they can go off as a tandem and get you 40 apiece in the game. So that'll help. I do think that, depending on the rules too, we get a lot of free throws in that series on both ends. Like a lot of fucking free throws. I just think the Warriors got too many weapons. Like you don't have nobody. Even if you put SGA on KD, and you got to put J Dub on Steph. That means he running all game. He tired, or he chasing Clay and he tired. Like either way, you chasing them niggas for 48 minutes, you gonna be gassed. You got Caruso, who I love, but undersized to guard them too. He can't really do it. Chet, too light ass. He gonna get bullied around by Kevon Looney and fucking Draymond. They gonna bully his ass. So he's out. Hardenstein solid, but like you said, you got JaVale coming off the bench, so that kind of cancels out Hardenstein. So it's a little. They just don't have enough apex firepower offensively to beat the Warriors. They do go 10 deep, and I respect that. I give them that. They have a lot of depth. They played a lot of guys in the playoffs and the finals. They trust a lot of guys. So that's I'll give them 2 games, but they might get one at home, one on the road, or it might get one at home and then be down 3-1, win that game, so that they don't get gentlemen swept and then go to state and lose the game.
For sure. Yeah, for me, man, I think I agree with you, Mike. I think it goes to 6. I think the Warriors win. I think the Thunder will match up on the perimeter a little better than I think y'all giving credit for. But I think Kevin Durant is just Kevin Durant at that point, though. I mean, it's going to be a tough night for any defender across from him, so it don't matter. And I think Alex Caruso and Steph Curry would be interesting, though. And I'm not saying he's going to neutralize Steph, but I think he's going to be the best option you got in order to, at the very least, get him to take some tough shots. So it's going to be a hard-fought match for sure, but I got OKC losing that, man. I know, like Gino was saying, it's a lot of recency bias why this is even a question. Because realistically, I mean, if we're being honest, I said this before. I think the 2017 Warriors team is probably the best team we've ever seen, honestly. Like, as I know a lot of people would say, the 95, 96 Bulls, 2000 Lakers and stuff like that. I'm like, I don't know, man. This team, it was like an unstoppable force. For real. But that's just me though.
Hey T, let me ask you a question, bro, because Mike was tripping earlier. Let me ask you a question, bro. Norman Powell, right?
Yeah.
Please push me off tonight, bro.
No, just yes or no. Is Norman Powell better than Josh Hart?
Yes.
Thank you. Now, moving on.
Is he better than Derek White?
That's close, but nah.
It's absolutely not close. Is he better? Is he better than Dante DiVincenzo?
Yeah.
Nah. Keep going.
No, because I already said Bill and Poole are trash. I already said trash.
Yeah, he's not. Bro. I said he's not better than Reeves and he's not better than White. That's what I told you.
Bro, he's not the playmaker or rebounder that Josh Hart is. Josh Hart literally sacrifices offense because of Cat.
I'm about to say the thing is, man, I'm thinking of it from like a perspective of if I had to pick one to build a team with. But if you're asking me who could be a better plug-in guy, then yeah, I'll take Josh Hart.
It's not a plug-in guy. It's who's the better player. The better player is Norman Powell.
I was about to say, but that's what I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying. Though, Mike, we're talking about who's just the better player. I think is Norman Powell.
Thank you.
At what?
I think he's a better playmaker. Not playmaker in terms of passing the ball. When I say playmaker, I mean for himself, like shot creation and creating space and getting up shots. I think he's better at that. I think I would give Josh Hart the grit and dirty work, like rebounding, defense, of course, and he is a better passer. I will give him that. But the thing is, bro, let's be honest, bro. You need other pieces around you to be successful in order for that to be substantially significant. Because if you it's like what I said with Draymond Green a couple episodes ago. Yeah, Draymond Green is the Hall of Famer he's going to be because he was with the Warriors. If he's on the Hornets, Draymond Green is a journeyman probably at this point. The same thing with Josh Hart. Like
he might be their all-time leading scorer in franchise fucking history if he was the Hornets. They so bad.
but it's like it's the same thing with Josh Hart though. Like yes, the things he do are amplified because he's playing on a team with people that are naturally going to get the buckets to make up for the fact that he simply can't. So he's not asked to do it. Because if you go out with Josh Hart as your best player game, you're getting blown out by 30. Norman Powell is giving me a chance.
At what?
Winning the game, bro.
He ain't giving you 30.
He's been the best player for the Heat this year.
You can't say if he don't do the thing.
We know he ain't giving you 30.
So then Josh Hart.
Hold on, wait. He's averaging the career high right now. Well, he averaging 24 and a half, 25?
Yeah, averaged that last year with the Clippers trash ass. You can't say if the nigga don't do the thing he's known to do.
No, if he's not giving you 30, that's it.
Yeah, but if Josh Hart is not hustling, or if he's just on the court, he's not gonna give you it. It's like I said, if he don't play, make a rebound, he ain't doing shit. Well, duh.
That's all the man doing, bro. That's all he does, bro.
That matters. That matters.
All he does, bro, is score. I give you, he's a hell of a scorer. But if he ain't scoring, that's it.
If Josh Hart ain't rebounding or playmaking, that's it.
Look, I'm not gonna sit and tell you Norman Powell is a championship number one or anything like that. But if you're asking me if he's better than Josh Hart, yes, he's better than Josh Hart.
Nah, he's not, bro. I can't give you that one.
Okay, well, you asked him.
I can't.
Yeah, gave the same answer.
Hey, Gino, who you taking, Josh Hart or Norman Powell?
I ain't gonna lie, bro. You're on the island by yourself. But I'm not a big Josh Hart fan.
Regis Island by yourself.
Oh, I forgot. Gino hate the Knicks. I forgot.
Yeah, I'm just not a Josh Hart fan like that.
I mean, I like the thing is I like Josh Hart. I just
you know what Kobe
said
when you sign a Josh, he's a great team player. He's a great hustle guy.
I'm just saying. Excuse me for taking the better defender, better passer,
but look,
better playmaker.
But look though, Breeze, that'll be like me asking you who's better between when Ben Simmons was at his best than Klay Thompson. Like you're not taking they both at their best. You're not taking Ben Simmons over Klay Thompson. You're not.
That's a terrible question, bro.
It's not.
Basically, say if Norman Powell.
But I'm saying if you're saying you're saying a guy who is better at every other thing else except for the main objective of the game,
making a rebounder.
Like at the end of the day, Ben Simmons is a better defender. He's a better rebounder, passer. So that will make him a better player. No.
And you asking me about a guy who could never create his own shot.
And Josh Hart can?
Plenty of times.
Nah, bro. No.
Plenty of times.
He throws up bullshit.
So if you throwing up shit and you making it, you creating the shot, right? It don't matter if it's off.
Ben Simmons gave you that. What the fuck? No, bro. Ben Simmons gave you that, bro.
It's driving Simmons was able to create the shot.
But I was about to say Ben Simmons was able to break down defenders and get to the rim. He done that. He did that consistently.
Bro, at his best, he was 18, 9, and 8. Like 17, 18, 9, and 8.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. So even Ben Simmons is a better scorer than Josh Hart. And that says a lot. That says a lot.
What you mean, bro? Ben Simmons' problem was he was never a jump shooter. They tried to make him a jump shooter.
No, but my point isn't whether or not he can shoot or not. My point is you're not taking a player over the other player just because he does the other little things better.
No, he does everything better, bro. Everything.
No, I don't agree with that. Bro.
Everything, bro.
I don't agree with that.
What's everything?
Everything. Rebounding, facilitating, defense.
He's not a better ball handler. So He's not a better ball
He's
handler. He
not a better
can't bring
ball
the ball.
handler.
He can't bring the ball up court
Oh
and
my
actually
God,
run
hey,
the offense.
bro, we gonna revisit this
Wild
next week.
hell, bro, you know.
Next topic, we're gonna revisit this next week, bro.
Okay, but let's move on to the last thing I want to discuss, man. Let me look at the topics again. There's one more topic I want to discuss with y'all. So let's talk. Since we brought up the Knicks, I want to bring up them winning the NBA Cup, as we all know, and let's discuss whether or not that has any real significance in terms of their not motivation, but their, let's just say, does it give them any like momentum come postseason? Do y'all think the Knicks are an actual contender to win the East?
And whoever want to go.
I say
Yeah.
I think it helps. They need at this point they need all the help and motivation they can get. This is the most wide open the East is gonna be for a while.
Yes, for sure.
So if they don't get to the finals this year, they probably ain't getting to the finals with that core group. And they re-signed everybody and brought it all back together for that reason, because they knew JT was down. Obviously Detroit looks really good right now. Obviously the playoffs don't know what they do, but at this point they're probably on the collision course with Detroit or Boston again to get to the finals, NBA finals, unless them two play each other and knock one of them off, and then they got one less of them to face. But that's about it. People have to either beat Detroit or Boston at this point, just based on how they look so far up to this point to get to the finals. They could beat both of those teams. I think that Detroit is playing more complimentary right now, though. So that probably I would lean Detroit slightly for that reason, and because Cade has upped his game even more than he did last year. So, but this is their best shot. Like, so to have a NBA Cup, I think the NBA Cup has kind of made early season basketball more meaningful in general. Like, you actually see dudes playing hard. It's not just a bunch of layup lines and shit like the All-Star game be. Dudes are actually trying, hustling, busting their ass. Like, and honestly, you see a lot of what I look at as team building with guys wanting to win that, because that extra money, that bonus money, goes to the 13th, 14th, 15th man on the bench who may be in the G League most of the time, who ain't making $250K or whatever the prize money each player gets. And you've also seen a lot of players win that and then give their share of that money to their teammates who don't, who are less, who are making less or don't have the ability to make what they make. So I like it. I think it builds character, it's team building. It's showing that you have the ability to close something and to finish something, finish the job. Even though it's just the NBA Cup, you still finish that off.
Okay.
But finishing it, I think, is good psychologically for them to get to that next level come playoff time.
Right. What you think, Gino?
I agree, except for a team that play in New York, because I think the problem is you win the NBA Cup, and there are certain places that the media is so negative. Is that the moment you win the cup, the New York media is like, yeah, and like if you win, I mean, it's that way in Philly. It's not just New York; it's in that way in Philly too. You win in Philly, yeah, and it's where you win at LA, yeah. Well, LA kind of appreciate a little more than me, but some places like New York is just one of them places, man. It's where you can have that team building, and then they just yank it right from you, because everybody will be saying, we tired of just not winning a championship. And then when I look at now, what I will say this too, Mike, I feel like New York should win the East. Again, I still feel like, even though I feel like we on a real good run, I just feel like if you go player for player for player for player, New York is still the better team, even though we have the better record. So I still feel as if cup or no cup, New York should win the championship. I mean, not win the championship, but win the East and get out. But I just think, man, when you play in New York, they just only care about championships, bro. And that place is so negative with press that they will yank you even before outsiders yank you down. But I agree in general, Mike. Anywhere else but New York and Philly, that can serve as a great foundational builder. But some places, bro, it's just a negative place.
I feel you. What you got, Breeze?
Honestly, bro, New York ain't been shit for the longest. So they should take this little charity trophy and be happy with it, honestly, because it shows that, the signings and the free agent acquisitions, they actually mean something. Because you did have to play through a cup and a tournament to get here. So it's showing that, you got potential. You can do something. As far as the winning the finals, no,
No,
they not, and they're not going to win the East because the Knicks are top heavy, and their best player, honestly, Jalen Brunson, he's a baller. But when you trap him and you get him out the rhythm of the game, where you can just literally just scheme up, hey, we're not going to let him go off. There's nobody else on the Knicks who can carry that offensive load. He if he's Batman, then he has like a bunch of. He don't even have Robbins on his team, bro, because Cat is inconsistent. Cat is for what it's worth, bro. Cat is a great player, but he's just not. It's the reason they got him up out of Minnesota. It's the reason they went and got Julius Randle and swapped him. It's the reason why, bro. He's not to be 7 feet. He's not that aggressive guy you need to back up a superstar. He's not that 1A to Jalen Brunson, number one. He's not that 1A that Tatum and Brown were to each other. He's not that, bro. And until he actually tightens up and say, "Hey, yo, I'm 7 feet, I'm 240 pounds, and I can drop 30 and 20, and I can shoot threes and all this," they're never gonna go anywhere. Brunson can be as good as he want to, but it's gonna start with Cat, bro. And if you can see it, you can see it through all their games. When Karl Anthony Towns is in foul trouble, which he always is a lot, he does stupid stuff. They struggle, and they barely beat the Pacers tonight, which is ridiculous. But yeah, bro, they're not going anywhere. I got Detroit taking the East this year. Maybe Toronto has a chance at full health. Orlando is banged up. I don't see them going anywhere yet. They're too young. I don't count on my Celtics to do nothing this year. Maybe a semifinals trip, but I got Detroit. I think they're battle tested enough at this point.
They're battle tested enough.
Yeah, bro.
How?
I mean, bro, like just the series that they've been playing, like the mindset, the mentality, everything that they have going on there, bro, is been building and brewing to create a championship team, bro. They were ass when they got Cade. They were getting beat up on in the Eastern Conference. They finally made a little run. They got knocked out on some fluke call. It could have been called fluke against New York. Gino, you agree with me, bro? It was some fluke behavior. They were there. They learned from mistakes. They learned from turnovers. They learned from bad plays. They got a good vibe going. I like the Thompson twin. He's evolving. Cade is becoming Cade. Jalen Duren is honestly my most improved player of the year. That man's he's a monster right now, bro.
Let me ask you this real quick, Breezo, before we go to JT. Let me ask you this. Last year, the problem for the Pistons were couldn't stop Cat. Do you feel like Jalen has gotten better enough as to where he's going to stop Cat? Because last year the issue was,
I'm about to say, we talking inconsistency, man.
Yeah, last year the issue was Cat was just killing Jalen, and that's going to be the difference that I have to see. And again, we won't see it until the playoffs. You know, we can whatever about the regular season, but to me, if the Pistons are going to beat New York, in the end of the game, Jalen won. He can't get beat bad. And then I know you're asking a lot of Thompson, because Brunson is, to me, one of the, if not the best, one of the best closers in the game. And you ask a lot from Thompson, he just cannot consistently get beat either. You know, so that's the only reason I picked New York, because I need to see that closing of the gap. And we'll see when we play them.
Nah, I say that I get what you were saying about the inconsistencies, but look at him this year, bro. He stepped his game up offensively. He got more of a low post bag. He's jump hook, drop step. He's more aggressive in pick and rolls. He's going to the rim. He's rim running. His rebounding is getting back up there, bro. He's made that step. Remember, Gino, I told you, I said he's a big man child, bro. He's Dwight Howard physically, bro. He is that's a huge kid. He's only like what, 21? 22?
Yeah.
What the fuck, bro? That's a damn bro. He's picked it up this year, bro. And if he get down there and he drop step and put Cat in foul trouble, bro, it's gonna be a long night for the Knicks, because Mitchell Robinson is too slow to hang with him. Yabusele ain't gonna do nothing with him. So you're right. It's all start with Jalen Duren, bro. But from what I've been seeing this year, bro, that man, he picked it up, bro. He's a beast. And it hurt me to say that, bro, because we got beef with the Pistons, but bro, that man a beast, bro. He's a beast.
We're gonna see, man. I feel the same way I feel about Jalen Duren as with Austin Reeves, man. I mean, I see the improvements in the game. I see what it's taking it to. I'm just saying. It's not.
My face, like what? Fuck off.
It's not what he did or didn't do. Well, it is what he didn't do. I haven't seen Austin Reeves put together a full series yet, man. I gotta see it, bro. I gotta see it. Me personally, that's just me. I ain't saying these dudes not good players. I like AR. I like Jalen Durant. I think they good players.
Well, you tell.
I gotta see it for a full series, bro. I gotta see it. But let me ask y'all this before we head out, man. This is gonna be the last thing for me. And we brought up the Knicks. I just gotta ask y'all. I've been seeing a lot of these topics flying around, bro. I'm gonna start with you, Mike, because I know you're a Melo guy, man. Do you think Jalen Brunson is a better all-time Knick already than Carmelo Anthony?
No. As an individual player, are you talking about like what are we talking about?
I'm talking about, do you think he's a better Knick? Like, is he just over him all time?
That's crazy.
Knicks.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. This is that same shit we were talking about earlier when we did the OKC Warriors shit.
That's crazy.
Prisoner of the moment shit.
Hey man, hey, listen, it's a legit conversation being had.
It's not a legit conversation. It's not.
It should be a conversation.
I'm not saying that's what I believe.
Is Jalen Brunson, if he retired today? Hold on.
That's crazy.
Ask me if Jalen Brunson, who if he retired today, would not make the Hall of Fame.
Bro, see, this is the problem. You're looking at career totality. We're talking about spanning Knicks.
Even at the Knicks, he hasn't won anything either.
So look at this, Mike. Carmelo as a Knick never made it out the second round. They just went to the conference finals.
And did what?
They just went to the to the conference finals. He took it one step further than Melo.
And lost.
The only thing Melo got in New York is aura.
That's like saying you got a nigga got
it. All Melo got in New York is aura. And I'm a Melo guy. Bro, we gotta be real, bro.
A nigga got I got the third base with Shorty though. You need third base, so it's better. What the fuck? You ain't doing that,
bro. Brunson did more in New York than Carmelo, bro.
He has done nothing because they haven't won anything.
He's done more.
No, he hasn't.
He's done more. Nothing. He's done more.
They've done nothing, Breeze.
Mike, if you hit a free throw and I hit a three, who scored more points?
That's the dumbass comparison. We talking. Horrible.
I went farther than you.
You hit a three, I hit a three, and get an and one and hit a free throw. See how dumb that shit sounds? It's still 1 point. We took the same shot, right?
You won.
No, I don't win. That's not how it works.
You hit the free throw plus a three.
Y'all on some bullshit, bro.
I ain't the man, especially before four is more than three.
He's not a better Knick than Carmelo Anthony. He's done nothing. They've won nothing,
bro.
They went a round further. Whoop you fucking do.
So
and lost to Indiana. Is Indiana better than fucking that Miami team that Melo was losing to, or the Boston team he was losing to? Is Indiana better than them two teams?
Bro, they could have lost to the five of us. You went further.
Please answer the question.
Bro,
is Indiana better than them teams the Knicks was losing to?
He could have lost to us. He went further.
Answer the question. Is the Indiana team that just beat the Knicks better than Boston or the Miami teams Melo was losing to? Yes or no? And if you lie, I'm getting the fuck off.
Bro, they could have lost to us. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
It does matter, nigga. Competition matters.
It doesn't matter, bro.
Okay.
So the Knicks just cakewalk. They just cakewalk.
All right.
They cakewalk to the finals?
All right, bro. They didn't get to the finals, nigga. That's the point. They lost to Indiana.
Hey, T, let me ask you this. You a Heat fan, T, or you a Bulls fan?
Nah, I'm really a Bulls fan for real.
So let me ask y'all boys this. D Wade is the greatest Heat player in Miami history, right?
Yeah.
Now be real. Tenure-wise, who had the more successful tenure? LeBron or Wade?
LeBron.
Thank you. Why? Because he did more, right?
Yeah, and he was the best player in the league. So yeah.
Thank you.
So that's what Jalen Brunson is to you?
He's way better on the Knicks than Melo was, bro. He's way better, and he's done more.
You just picked the nigga that's arguably the second greatest player in the fucking history of the
basketball. Because people will unanimously say Wade is the greatest Heat player of all time. They will never give LeBron that. But if you look at it for what it is, resume-wise, even if he doesn't win a ring, he took them farther than Melo took them.
One before LeBron got there, Breeze.
Bro, he took them further. He took them further.
He didn't take them further because Wade had already been to the finals and won a chip before he got there.
Bro, I'm talking about Brunson and Melo. Brunson took the
Knicks further than Melo did. He didn't win anything.
Bro, he took them further.
I went around
All
first.
right, look. Let me see what you got, Gino.
I'm a
What you
second
got,
round
Gino?
pick.
What you say, Gino?
Okay. I look at it like this, bro. Obviously to us, well, not to us. I feel like Breezo Melo is a better player. However,
Of course.
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna go by the root. Like when you say what it means to be a Knick, that really is what it means to be a Knick a lot of times, or what it means to be a Piston, or what it means to be a Laker, kind of to those fans and those places. Since New York has that standard of who's won me a championship, I would assume a lot of New Yorkers is almost split 50-50. And even having the same conversation we have now, neither one of them has won a championship. And I know, like with the Yankees, how they break ties with the Yankees is who has the most rings. And when they don't have the most rings, you can take whoever you want to take. So for me, when it comes to who's the best Knick in relation to how that region might look at being who's the best Knick, like how we would look at who's the best Piston or whatever, or like how a lot of people in Detroit still feel the best Lion is Matthew Stafford. Who won the most is Jared Goff. That's how a lot of people will look to kind of define who's the best Lion. So I feel like in New York, neither one of you dudes got a championship. Some people gonna go Melo because of the whole aura thing. Some people gonna give Jalen Brunson because he's like got closer. So I just think like if me personally with who's the better Knick and how New Yorkers look at it, if you ask me, I'm gonna go Melo, but knowing them, it's gonna be 50-50 because neither one of them has won anything. And they really big on believing in New York. You're not at anything until you win a championship. Like they live and die on that hill. Even though the Knicks ain't won anything, but they live and die on that hill, bro.
Okay. What you got, JT?
Man, I'm more in line with what Gino's speaking on. You feel me? I feel like neither one of them niggas won anything, so it could go either way. You feel me? I feel like when you maybe call it nostalgia, right? But I feel like if you think of the Knicks, I think of Melo before I think of Jalen Brunson. You feel me? Now Jalen Brunson was going ham. He was the only person really doing shit for them niggas crunch time shit last year. So it's kind of like, man, it could go either way. It's a toss up. I personally wouldn't be mad. Like I wouldn't argue a point for either side. Like if you picked the other person, I wouldn't care either way. But I would probably go Melo just because I think of Melo before Jalen Brunson.
Yeah.
If I think of Knicks.
Okay. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, man. I mean, man, I love Jalen Brunson, man. I love Melo, but I gotta go Melo, bro. And I get the Breeze argument. It makes sense, but I just think, like how Gino said, if you haven't won anything, I'm not really moved by you competing to lose another series just a week and a half later. So I mean, I get it. He went further, but it amounted to nothing ultimately. So, in my opinion, I still would go Melo. And hey, it's not to say that Jalen Brunson can't become a better Knick because he very much so has a real possibility to do that this season. So it can happen. But as it stands right now, as we speak on it right now, I gotta go Melo, bro.
I feel
But
like this. I feel like this would be a different conversation if we was like, hey, who's a better Nugget, Melo, or Jokic, or some shit.
That ain't no damn.
nah, that ain't a conversation.
I didn't say it was a comparison. I said I feel like that would have been more in line, a better question as far as more in line with what niggas was expecting niggas to say. Because everybody's talking about like he didn't win nothing or this or that. Like I feel like you would only ask that question if the possibility of one replacing the other was even a thing. I don't feel like
Yeah, I get what you mean. I get what
you
you
see what I'm
mean.
saying.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
we know for sure it's fucking Jokic, but I feel like the fact that Jokic, hey, he did all the shit that he did with that number 15 on too, is like, hey, he did enough that you could almost low key forget about that nigga. So I feel like that would probably be the thing that's like, hey, did he do enough to forget about him? He's done all this shit. Jalen Brunson is like y'all said, he made it an extra week and a half. Albeit he played his ass off, but an extra week and a half.
A week and a half.
Yeah, for
At
sure.
the end
But
of the day, bro called 2 more flights that year. That's it.
That's it.
hey, man,
Flyer miles and flyer miles.
Hey, for sure. Hey, shout out to JB, man. Hopefully the boys can do something this year. I want to see the boys compete, honestly, because I'm a Jalen Brunson guy, and I'm somewhat of a Cat fan, but I don't know. He be blowing me sometimes. But
Pause.
yeah, that was crazy. I ain't gonna lie. But let's get up. Let's go ahead and end the show here, man. So a quick update for the Thursday night game before we end off. Right now, currently, it is 13-14. The Seahawks are up 1 point, but the Rams are currently in the red zone right now as we speak. So with all that being said, hey, appreciate it for those who did tune in to the show once again tonight, man. We had over 30 people in the stream at one point, so I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for coming in, joining us always. Appreciate you, JT, for popping out, man. If you ever want to join again, just you can either let me know or Breeze, more than likely him.
I'll throw you in the chat, bro.
Oh yeah, just throw me in the chat so I know when they're going down, I can plan a little bit better, plan accordingly.
All right, for sure. But hey, if y'all not doing so already, go ahead and hit like, subscribe on the YouTube channel, man. We live right now on YouTube and Facebook. And my handle is the same across all platforms. LastWord Productions, whether it's TikTok, Instagram, or anything of that nature. So appreciate y'all boys once again. Y'all got anything y'all want to add before we head out?
49er K. Fuck the 49ers.
The niggas on the fucking clock.
We put you and your granddad
on the fucking clock.
back Sunday. Fucking
Yes, sir.
Y'all know